Hello, Aries. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting April 14th, 2025. Aries, I hope all is well. Before I begin, I want to wish all the Rams who are celebrating their birthday this week a very happy and safe birthday celebration. I also want to welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I definitely appreciate you. The deck that I'm using to deliver your messages for this week, Aries, will be listed in the description box. I am not intentionally reading any reversal. So let's get underway here to see what is the potential energy coming up from my Ram system. Energy for Aries. Oh, okay. What is the energy for Aries this week? What is the potential energies? What's coming up? What's going on? The Rams want to know. All right, let's cut this deck and see what is coming up here for you, Aries, potentially. And we're going to start off with the very first card. Like I said, I'm not reading reversal, so I missed the, yeah. Okay, let's just deal with this. Eight of Pentacles here. We're starting off pretty good with finances. Some of you may be focused on the work and the details that you do in terms of your energies. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, Aries, every time I begin these videos, it seems like my voice just wants to cave out on me. So just bear with me. Let's try that again. This is the Eight of Pentacles, right? And it's usually related to focusing on your work and the details of the work that you do. Balanced energies is an even number of pentacles. Work in finance, okay? Money looking good. This still could be anyone who is given a, bonus. It could be a pay raise, also be a job offer, okay? Money looking stable at this particular point in time. That's the Eight of Pentacles. Up next here for you is the King of Swords. King of Swords is always relative. It's a court card, so it's relative to having to do something major, okay, in terms of a decision, Aries, or an action. It follows the money card, so it may have something to do with Aries regarding their money, okay, their work. Usually he's sitting there steadfast in that chair with that sword raised, ready to take action. He's already, figured out what he's going to do. He just has to unleash and follow through. Okay, that's the King of Swords. Oftentimes, the King of Swords is regarded as whatever actions or decisions that he is faced with. He usually comes across as could be, cold and calculating. So it all depends on what's going on with you and your situation. Following the King of Swords here, now we have the Death card, Major Arcana. Never physically ever, meaning death, physical death. Just means that it's major life transformation for some of you guys, whatever that energy may be for you. Now, this is always regarding endings, okay? Ending, something has to end. Aries, something has to come to a close. And then if you are able to identify whatever needs to come to an end or come to a close, then something new is going to replace that. I always say the simplest thing that could come out of the death card energy is that you're, like I said in previous readings, we're in the springtime and a lot of people do a lot of cleanups and getting rid of clutter. So it could be anything regarding that nature for you. Okay. Following the death card here for you, Aries, we have the Major Arcana, the Hangman. And this is just neutral energy here for me. So again, it mirrors over here to the King of Swords, where I always say if the Hangman shows up in your reading, it just simply means that is a reminder for you to take your time in terms of whatever actions or decisions that you're about to undertake this week, Aries, so that you're not rushing through, making any haste decisions or haste actions so that end up having to deal with any types of regrets. Hanging in the balance, sitting on the fence, air, all that other stuff relates to the hangman. Air suspension, hanging in the balance. Okay, just sitting there, just letting you know that you do not have to rush through any actions or decisions hurriedly this week. Take your time before you follow through. All right, so following the hangman here, now we have the Nine of Cups here for you, Aries. Okay, let me get a sip of tea. Mm. Nine of Cups is the yes card to any romantic questions that you may have for yourself, Aries. Also, too, it could come in for those Aries or those Rams that are celebrating their birthdays this week. Okay, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. Also, it is the wish fulfillment card. So, whatever it is that you may be wishing for, hoping for, praying for this week, Aries, may come to you. All right. Also, to the Nine of Cups, I equate with the Star card, the major arcana. So, social media, social networking, and everything that's associated, that's in association with that star card, will still be in association with the Nine of Cups. Okay, feeling this week, dreamy eye gazing, stargazing, could be dream journaling, could be meeting somebody famous, could be anything regarding any developments or expansion with your own psychic energies. Um, However, stay focused on one or two things this week, because that still would be part of that star energy where I always say the stars that are scattered in the heavens is just energy. You don't want to feel like you're here, there, and everywhere. Okay, just stay focused, stay central. All right, so following the Nine of Cups here for you, Aries, we got the major arcana, the Chariot. So, yes, something positive is moving towards you this week, Aries, or you're moving towards it. Usually the chariot indicates a rapid change of positive energy. However, that energy may express itself towards you. Now, it's underneath the money card, so it may have something to do with Aries and their money, their work again. Could be that money comes to you rapidly or very fast. However, the chariot, when it comes to decision making, since we have the King of Swords here, the chariot I always say, and the money card could be someone having to consider to purchase a vehicle, that could be what I'm seeing here. Also, traveling may be involved for some Rams this week. And if you are going to travel, you're going to be safe to and from. Anything regarding car repairs, that falls underneath the chariot. And that could be major or minor car repairs. Um, just always say don't be the ram that gets behind the wheel of a vehicle, any source of any vehicles. Disregard the speeding limit because you will end up with a moving violation. What else can I say about the chariot? Again, the chariot would be in equation with the star card. These are the only two cards here that I equate with the star card, just so you know if anybody is confused about the messages that, I always oftentimes talk about the equation of the Nine of Cups, and as you pull the chariot, these are the only two cards that are in equation with the star card for me. So again, you got a double dose of energy here when it comes to anything Aries that you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for this week. Definitely may manifest for you, right? And again, follow into along with anything else that I had said about the energy connected to the star card regarding the Nine of Cups. All right, all of that falls into play. Wish fulfillment, social media, social networking. Okay, so that's the major arcana of the chariot. Up next here for you, Aries. Oh my gosh, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is actually pretty good because it still could be, like that Eight of Pentacles, someone getting a small pay raise. Um, you could be receiving a gift this week since, those Rams that may be celebrating their birthday from family members, friends, romantic partners, or you could be giving someone a gift. Like the Eight of Pentacles, once again, is balanced energy. Also, to this card, I read oftentimes that you may be, it's underneath the court card, you may be receiving an apology from someone who has handed you a slight in the recent past. Okay? And it balances it out. Apology comes forth, you accept it. Following the Six of Pentacles, now we have the major arcana, the Empress. Wow, this is turning out to be a very powerful reading for my Rams this week, which is great, which is awesome. Empress is a card that represents beauty, major arcana, of course. Um, for some Rams that I'm reading for this week, it may be that you're pulling your energy back towards yourself. This is a card I always read, along with the other major arcana, the Temperance card. The only two cards that I read that, you could be just redrawing the energy back towards yourself. And that's not being a selfish move or, you know, being selfish in any types of way. Maybe you put a lot of energy or given a lot of energy to other people, and maybe this is the week that you just want to focus on yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is a card that, again, one, represents beauty, Aries. So not only redrawing the energy back towards you, focusing on your own needs, taking care of your own, taking care of your own needs, your wants, your desires. You may be, considering doing something in terms of improving your health, changing your diet, exercising more. Some of you may be going to hair appointments this week, having manicures, pedicures done, anything that's going to make you feel good. This is also too bringing that energy back towards yourself and having the ability, Aries, to nurture yourself, love yourself, know what your worth and your values are and what it means to you and what it may mean to other people, those people that are around you. All right. Also, too, there could be some pregnancy news. Usually, this is pregnancy news that could be centered around you with the major arcana of the Empress or somebody giving birth to a child. With the Empress card, though, however, something else that could be around you maybe well, it could be new, but it could be also growing, developing, or expanding. Mother Nature could be just spending some time outdoors, Aries, enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. All right, so following the major arcana, the Empress card, now okay, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is here. We're going to throw a clarifier on that. Oh my God, my voice. Hmm. All right, so this card here generally, in terms of its description, Aries, just means that there could be something that's going on here with you this week that you're overthinking about. Okay, it could be anything related to unresolved issues from your recent or your distant past. This is always seeking some sort of relief. Usually, I indicate that the Nine of Swords could be it's heavy in terms of mental energy, so it could be that there's someone that I'm reading for is dealing with some sort of pain and sufferance, and that pain and suffering is going on in silence. Um, it could be that, and of course, always Aries always say that if the Nine of Swords shows up here and you're not affected or impacted by the expression of this energy this week, then it could be that you're connected to somebody um close to you or somebody that that may be, incarcerated behind bars in jail or whatever. Somebody is being blocked here. Also, excuse me, seeking some sort of relief. Because this is an extreme card that always emphasizes worry, doubts, fears, betrayals, being deceived, being lied to, someone cheating on you, someone having an affairs. So it's a lot of energy. So seeking relief through any means of prescription medications for a high degree of anxiety, depression, Aries, non-prescription medication when it comes to drinking alcohol, weed smoking, smoking cigarettes, whatever is going to help you throughout the days and the nights to recover from this. Okay, so this is the Nine of Swords. But let's ask, why did the Nine of Swords show up here? Maybe we can get more clarity here. Now, if a court card shows up here, it could mean one or two things here. And just because if it does show up here and I'm giving you the best message or impression that I can come up with, doesn't necessarily mean it is so for you. But court card could mean it is you who is the one that I'm just talking about, who is doing a lot of pain and suffering, or it could relate to an individual that's a part of um, the Nine of Swords energies. There's some sort of connection. There would be some sort of connection, a direct impact or directly affected, that type of energy. All right. So why is the Nine of Swords here for Aries? All right. So it could be okay. So now a person didn't show up, but then we have the money card, big money card, and even though you got some favorable. Okay, you got some favorable pentacles that have shown up here. The Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is the card of abundance, right? Definitely a card of inheritance. With the swords always cut away, slice, dice. So it could be that somebody is getting cut away from some sort of financial deal. Could be getting cut off of some sort of inheritance. It could be some sort of property. It could be a job loss. Definitely, I could see a job loss here, that there is some sort of cutback going on that could be taking place. And the Ten of Pentacles would represent the position that you may have held. Maybe it was a position that paid you very well, and now you're being affected or impacted by the Nine of Swords energy. That's probably why um, the Nine of Swords is showing up. Again, these are just messages that I'm coming up with, but I feel that it's someone that could be otherwise overly concerned either about their work, the future of their work. It could be anything involving, the stock markets. Recently with a couple days, I guess this week, a couple days, stock market has gone down. It's because of the pending tariffs. Um, and the outcome. People are sort of like on edge and nervous about how things are going to go, the economy, but everything was preached and taught about the economy, and that this administration was going to turn the economy around. And but it's not turning out that way. It's actually tanking the fucking economy. But that's another story, another day. This could be those messages, okay? But if I said it, Aries, doesn't necessarily mean that it's written in stone. All right, you take what's going to work for you, and if it applies to your situation, then there you go. All right, so up next here for you, Aries, we have the Four of Wands. So we finish off with the happiness card, which is great. Well, actually, we're not finished. We're going to throw some additional cards here. Four of Wands is happiness, celebration, just like the Nine of Cups it sits under. So someone could be getting married this week. All right. It's always the shared happiness inside the structure of a building. Of course, when it comes to those celebrations, not only marriage, it could be celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, people who, romantic partners specifically could be deciding. Here, we got the King of Swords, major move, major action to take their relationship a step further. Okay, decide to move in with one another. The decision still could be made in terms of anyone proposing to anyone or anyone getting engaged this week. Um, Family members can decide to move in with one another just as well as friends. Okay, like I said before, it's always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building. Also, too, when I get the the Four of Wands, Aries, it may indicate too, again, going back here to the King of Swords in terms of an action or decision, we got the movement card here, the Chariot. Someone may be deciding to move or relocate to a different area. Whether or not we got money cards here, it is anything related to any purchases of land or property. All right. So in addition to this, other messages for you. Now we got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so let's focus on money for Aries this week. This is a card that always reward you, or some sort of recognition that may be coming towards you from some sort of hard work or efforts that you put into a situation. And that hard work and effort could be involving your direct line of employment, where your boss comes in and recognizes you for all the great work that you have done and promotes you, could be giving you a bonus, could be giving you a pay raise. Outside of that energy here, then this could indicate um, for you, Aries, that, some recognition is coming through for you that you worked on something outside of your employment. Now it's still time for you to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your hard work and your labor. I also read the Nine of Pentacles here as spending and splurging, right? One of my financial independent cards. So the Nine of Pentacles as well as the Knight of Pentacles, those are the only two cards that I regard as seeking financial independence, or you already are. So spending and splurging, if you have access to any type of money, okay, and you want to treat yourself, treat others, then you're to do so, not to feel guilty about it, because this card always comes through to be as a reminder that you are worthy and deserving of something that you worked hard for. All right, so following the Nine of Pentacles here, Aries, we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, something coming in very, very fast that may put a smile on your face. This is a card of initiation, so you may be initiating something new in terms of a role of maybe a new hobby. It could be a new creative pursuit. It could be a romantic relationship. It's the beginning stages of that passion. Always an element of surprise as well with the Ace of Wands. All right. Last card I'm going to draw for you, Aries, is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles here is my ghosting card, but also, too, it's trumped already by the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, as well as the Nine of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is not being counted because that was the card that was chosen as the clarifier for the Nine of Swords. So that is outside of this energy here. But just to let you know that if there was any worries or concerns about your money or finances, it's already trumped by the Pentacles. But still, with regard to ghosting, hopefully you're not ghosting someone, because I always use the Five of Pentacles as someone who has the potential of ghosting you, and hopefully you're not being ghosted. Otherwise, it's feeling left out in the cold shoulder treatment. Could be some worry or concerns about your finances, but if that energy applies to you, then here it is. It's temporary energies, but also too the positive thing that comes out of the Five of Pentacles here for you, Aries, is that you still could be the ram that donate your time and money to worthy charitable causes. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Aries. I wholeheartedly apologize for my voice. Oh my gosh. Okay. Trying to take care of it. I don't know what's going on here, but you guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always appreciate you guys. Again, welcome to any new subscribers to my channel. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Aries. Happy birthday to all the Rams who are celebrating this week. Remain smiling. All's going to be well. And I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.